Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, the show that inspires, educates, and empowers you through life's transitions. I am so excited to be here today. We had a little 3-week hiatus because we put on a big 3-day event, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And so I'm so happy to be back in the studio, and Kelly's here, man in the back office, and taking care of all the technology. And we're so excited to bring my amazing guest today and talk about what we're talking about today, which is essential financial planning for the future. So when it comes to financial security, planning, and leaving our legacy, ignorance is not bliss. It's not. You need to be informed, and that's why this show is a must-see. My guest today is Natalie Alicia Gold, and she is the founder and CEO of Gold Legal Group, striving to help all people empower themselves around money and legacy planning. She's got a fantastic story. She's a multiple best-selling author. She's been seen on all the major media that I'll talk about, and she's got a mission and a vision where she's really helping the lives of so many people and has helped so many of them save thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on their financial planning. But before we get to that, I want to share what our intention statement is today. And that is, I have today to secure my financial future. I have today to secure my financial future. So if you're new to the show, what we do every week is we create wallpaper for your cell phone, and we put on that week's intention statement for you so that you can use it as your screensaver and really allow that affirmation and that intention statement to anchor in. When you keep seeing it and keep looking at it, it creates awareness. So I highly encourage you to go to Diane Forster Official on Instagram. On my Instagram page, there's a button there that says wallpapers, and there are dozens and dozens of them in there. So pick the one that serves you most and, change them up. But this week's is beautiful. I saw it already. It's gorgeous. It's a backdrop of the ocean and the beach, my favorite scene in the world. And it is, I have today to secure my financial future. So especially today in the world that we're living in everything that's going on, there has been an awakening for a lot of people. People are waking up. They are taking a look at their lives and saying, what is this all for? And it's a wake-up call from going from the living in the robotic motion of your lives, of just day-to-day being in the busy mode, to this pandemic that has literally shut us down and has for over 6 months now done this to us and forced us to go inside. And this has been an opportunity for you to go inside of you and really start asking yourselves really important questions. What is this all for? And what is my life all about? And what do I want it to look like? And what areas of my life are working that I want to enhance? And what areas of my life aren't? And where do I want to make adjustments and fix things? And I know this, just like my guest knows this, that the number one thing that people worry about is money. It's 80% of what people come to me for when they want to transform their lives is money and their money mindset. And so we've got to be thinking about ourselves and planning ahead for that future and thinking about the legacy that we're leaving. What does financial freedom really look like? And really get clear and specific about that. And people don't know about it. They're afraid of it. It feels like scary and overwhelming. So they stick their head in the sand and they ignore it. And then guess what? Catastrophe hits, and most people are living on $400 in their bank account or less. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. So with 55 million people on unemployment, this topic is so relevant and it's so important. So what Natalie is going to talk about is she's going to talk about her background, and she's going to give some tips and strategies. You're going to find out how you can follow her and ways to connect with her personally. And she's also going to talk about her challenges, because I'm going to ask her, what's been the biggest thing, and then also how does she live the I Have Today way. And then what I'm going to do, stick with us, because I'm going to do the live Mentor Me Minute segment, where I take your question, no matter what it is. If you want to focus in on money while Natalie's here, You got to write us in on Facebook in the live chat. That's the only place I can see your questions live. Hey, Danny, nice to see you there. You're so welcome. Danny says, hey, Diane, amazing team. Thank you for providing money content. So many need it right now. Yes, so true. So thanks for being here, Danny, and sharing that. And hopefully you're going to get a lot of value out of today. And so while Natalie's here, be sure to leave us a question on Facebook Live. And that's at I Have Today with Diane Forster. That's my business page. That's the only place we can see it. Or any other question that you have. So the Mentor Me Minute will come after Natalie's segment. And then stay till the very end, because I always do a powerful mantra meditation that takes in everything that we're talking about in the episode and then gives you the opportunity to have it really anchor in by tapping into and listening to the words that are empowering, inspiring, motivating, and it's going to connect with you on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual basis, and that you're going to leave this show feeling better at the end of it than you did at the beginning. That's the intention. That's living intentionally. That's the I Have Today way. So excited to get going. So all right, before I bring Natalie on, I just want to fill you in on the updates at I Have Today. So the reason we took a hiatus is because we ran and held our first ever live 3-day virtual event. It was called the Have It All Life live virtual event, and it was phenomenal. I mean, I spent 3 days with all of these amazing women. And I taught them how to get the clarity, the focus, and the direction they need in their lives by taking them through the 8 key areas of their life and assessing where they are now and then where they want to be 1 to 3 years from now. And then I walked them through the 8-step blueprint on how to have it all. And it was amazing. Oh, look at the picture right there. Oh my God, it's bringing back the memories. It was so much fun. There were so many breakthroughs. There was laughter, there were tears, there was connection, there was community, there was love, there was dancing, there was ahas. There was so much magic that happened over those 3 days that it blew my mind and it was beyond my expectations. And so I wanted to share that with you because if you missed it, I'm really sorry that you missed it. And it made me realize that this kind of work needs to be done more often. So I said, oh my gosh, and I got to tell you, I'm being upfront. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work to do it. Every attendee got a gorgeous swag box from us ahead of time that was filled with all these great goodies that were inspiring and yet practical for them to use every day, and that they get to use them every day going forward. So those triggers, those mantras, those affirmations, the lessons they learn continue to stay with them. That's what I want for you. I want positive, lasting, permanent change for you, not for you to attend an event and then have it become shelf help and you not use it. No, that doesn't work. So we want to keep the momentum going. So I just had to share that it was truly phenomenal. The feedback we've been getting has been extraordinary, that people feel so zen. They feel like they are on path and they are on purpose. One of the attendees said she carries the guide with her. She did it day. She's so connected to her goals and her dreams every single day, and she's living so intentionally, and man, that warms my heart. That makes me feel so good. So we actually have, I'm gonna throw Kelly for a loop. You don't have to put up the link if you don't want to, but maybe by the end of the show. But I just realized we still have the Facebook page up for the group, and it's called the Have It All Life live event. I think that's the page. She's going, I don't know, because I'm throwing her for a loop right now. But what we'll do is by the end of this show, what I'm going to encourage you to do is, even though the event is over, the community is still building. So go to that page, and I invite you to join the group, because I will be coming in there with updates, and people are still in there leaving comments. And who knows, maybe I'll do another one. I actually was asked if I could do one for men, because this one was just for women. And a friend of mine said, if I get 100 men together, would you do this event? I said, you bet. I absolutely will. So anyway, soul quenching. And it felt like everybody's, their soul and spirit got a bath. So I'm super proud of that and so excited about it. So now I also invited the attendees to join me in my very special group mastermind coaching program. This is a year-long program, and I don't want to really pitch it here or sell it to you. I just want to tell you that if you want to work with me, this is the way that you work with me in this group mastermind coaching program that is a year-long event. And it is by application only. So I am seeking women who are serious about making changes in their life and are serious about transformation and are serious about taking the coaching and transforming their lives. And I am not a dabbler. I don't dabble. I do. And I want doers. I want women who really want and are committed to the change. They're choosing commitment over convenience. So I just want to pre-qualify that. And if you're interested in learning more about it, I'm going to offer you a free complimentary session with me personally. And I'm going to give you the email address, which is if you want to learn more about coaching with me, email me at info@DianeForster. And I promise you, either myself or my team will get back to you and we'll get you a 30-minute complimentary call on the calendar to talk about who you are, where you are right now, and where you want to go. And just know this, the only one who can do this is you. You're the one that blocks your success. And I know that I can help you with that. So take that leap forward, make the phone call with me, spend 30 minutes with me free of charge. And I promise you're going to get so much value out of it. But again, if you're serious. Okay. So enough about that. Oh, wait a second. I'm reading more notes here. Wait, we got Silka. Hi, Silka. Oh, you look fabulous too. I can't see you, but you always look fabulous. Thanks for being here. Love you so much. Danny says the swag box is so great to receive. If you have swag boxes left, I bet your clients and viewers would love to buy one. I drink out of my I Have Today mug all the time, and I hike with the cool water bottle. Such great swag box. Oh, hi, Jack. Great show and topic. Thank you so much. Yeah, actually what we're going to do is we are going to sell the swag on our website. We just haven't had a chance to put it up there, but it's all practical good stuff that you can use every day. So we'll have more to come about that. But thank you for that. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad you're using it. Okay, I need to take a little meditative breath. I'm like, whoa, can you tell I'm really excited to be here? Having so much fun. Okay, so now let me introduce my guest to you. Natalie Alicia Gold is in the house. Welcome to the studio, Natalie. Bring her on. Hang on. We got a little bit of delay, a little Wi-Fi delay. Oh, there she is.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Natalie. How are you? So good to see you.
Amazing to see you. And I am equally as pumped and so excited to be here. And in fact, I have my own little boss lady mug, which is going to be totally embracing my my spirit today. So thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Well, I cheer you with an I Have Today mug.
Here's to you, my dear. Pick one up.
So good. Okay. All right. Well, let me tell the audience a little bit about you before we get into your story. Okay. Natalie Alicia Gold is the founder and CEO of Gold Legal Group, striving to help all people empower themselves around money and legacy planning. She graduated from St. John's School of Law at 23, completely debt-free, and started her own law firm at the age of 24. Building tremendous success on both coasts. As an award-winning attorney, rising star super lawyer, two-time best-selling author, and a nationwide speaker about women and money, Natalie prides herself on being a fearless cheerleader for all her clients' success. She's a mom, wife, and attorney, and has made it her life mission to help people like you protect your hard-earned life savings, property, and your future. Natalie wants to banish estate planning and spread a vision of life and legacy planning. I love that. Her commitment to life and legacy has given couples the secrets to happy and healthy marriages, guided millennials through financial planning, and helped business owners build million-dollar empires. Amazing. She's appeared on shows like CNBC, Fox News, CBS, Good Morning America, as well as featured in articles in the New York Post, Star Magazine, and Cosmopolitan. Natalie has saved families hundreds of thousands of dollars with her comprehensive trust versus will analysis, helping her clients realize their most important goals. So incredible. What accomplishments. Gosh, 24 years old, starting your own law firm, graduating college, debt-free, from law school, no less. Girl, I'm so happy to have you here.
Diane, I'm so happy to be with you, and I'm going to have to record your intro of me for my website. It was that great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I get that a lot. You know why? I love introducing people. I love listing their accomplishments. I love letting the world know you're there and you're out there and this service is available because, like I said at the beginning, you know, when it comes to this, ignorance is not bliss. You need to be informed. You must know. You can't keep your head in the sand. You can't face something that's scary or you consider as an obstacle because you're afraid of it if you don't face it head on, right? And so it's okay that you don't know what you don't know about it. This is an opportunity to learn something. And when you're learning, you know, that opens up and expands, you know, your mindset, new neural pathways, and it gives you the opportunity to make more informed decisions. And that's why I do it. So, all right. So tell us a little bit about your story. You know, you start where you need to start. You know, what made you want to do this? What it was there? Did you always have a passion for it? Was there an experience from your past that made you realize this was necessary work? You know, what was it?
I say it chose me, Diane. So I don't think anyone ever went to law school and said, I want to be a wills and trust lawyer. It just doesn't happen. You go, you want to be, you know, what you see on Suits, what you see, the Perry Masons of the world, which really doesn't exist anymore. So I, you know, Diane, it chose me, and it chose me on a very particular day. And it was August 20th, 2004. And I was 15 years old. So you can all figure out how old I am now. And I was crossing the street at an intersection of two streets I'd crossed thousands of times. I grew up 2 blocks away. And it was Jewel Avenue and Utopia Parkway in Fresh Meadows, Queens, where I grew up. Unfortunately, that day, I did not make it across the street. And
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, 2 guys were actually drag racing their cars, Diane, from light to light. And the one who hit me at 60 miles an hour as a pedestrian did not even tap on his brake.
Wow.
So when we talk about I have today, my life after that day is I have today. So what can I do today? And I truly feel that that day I became a lawyer because I wanted to bring, you know, he was taken to 1 night in jail, released, and basically got a slap on the hand. That was it. Meanwhile,
wow,
that astronomically changed the course of my life.
Sure it did.
And you know, Diane, justice is a funny thing. Because as I get older, I would never want to hurt anyone with justice. And the universe always gives us what we deserve, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, though, that day was, as I look back, my day of infamy, my December 7th, right? And it truly was an opportunity to say, I survived, so I will not take any moment for granted.
Mm.
And that compelled me, Diane, that want to live and to truly have it almost taken away and to make it something special is what has guided me and been my guiding and shining light from that moment on.
Wow. That's really powerful. So what happened to you? Like, how long did it take you to recover?
So the orthopedic surgeon said to me, I can't believe you've survived and you're going to have to sit 10th grade out. Now, for those of you who might be watching this and you're from New York, I went to Townsend Harris High School, which is no joke. It is literally ranked typically the number one, if not number two. It keeps fighting with Stuyvesant School in New York. Everyone who went to my high school was a valedictorian their entire lives. It was the hardest I've ever worked in my life. And I became a lawyer at 23 years old, right? But hands down, my high school experience was so challenging and I thrived there, but only because of the hard work, but it was very competitive. So I said to my doctor, I said, you're telling me I'm going to take all 10th grade and sit it out? You must be crazy. You don't know which school I go to and you don't know what I'm capable of. And by God, I was there on the first day of 10th grade in a wheelchair.
Wow. Wow. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but I grew up in Deer Park. So I'm a Long Island girl. Yeah.
You know, the New Yorkers, we just come together no matter where we are in the world. We have a way of finding each other.
Yes. Wow. So you went to 10th grade in a wheelchair. What strength and resilience and determination. You're a rock star of a woman and a leader. I love this.
Want to know one, Diane. You know, they say if you spot it,
Wow.
you got it.
Well, thank you for that. But this show is about you. So what happened? He spent a night in jail and got a slap on the wrist. How did you heal from that emotionally? What transpired, or what was the trigger that made you not want, that set you on the path and the direction where you were able to detach from it and not be angry or hold a grudge, and shifted you into empowerment? That's what's key. Yeah, that's what's key for listeners to hear.
I don't think I ever had a grudge one day. I mean, look, when I woke up in the hospital and said, where am I? Like you're unconscious and all of a sudden you're surrounded by your family crying over you and you're like, what just happened?
Yes.
Of course, I said, why God? Why me? My road to recovery, though, Diane, was so miraculous. I was dancing and choreographing on stage in a month and a half.
Wow.
So to me, there was no resentment. Okay. It was just, this has happened to me, and look at me rise up, and nothing will ever hold me down.
Yes.
It was the greatest strength.
I love this story so much. I did not know this about your background because, normally I like to read the guest's book before I have them on the show, but I didn't get the opportunity because we put this together so quickly. So, and I'm assuming it's in, the story is in your book. So I love this story on so many levels. And the key takeaways that I'm hearing from you are that you really empowered yourself and you really focused on the gratitude that you were alive, and you were really determined to get well. Like you weren't going to, I love this so much. You were not going to listen to what the doctor said. You were going to be what I call you had desire and determination, and you checked out at the door. You was like, nobody's telling me what I'm going to do. I am not sitting out of 10th grade, and I've got goals and dreams and desires and determination. And so in a month and a half, you were up and choreographing and dancing. Wow.
Diane, as you know this so intimately, and I know you teach this to all of the people who are lucky enough to come across your path. Doctors can tell you one thing, lawyers can tell you another, but if it doesn't sit well in yourself, if that voice inside you says something different, you know the answer.
Yes.
Always. And Diane, it was that same mentality that got me through everything. So I did college in 2 years, went to Binghamton University, and just breezed through it. I mean, I was like, you're telling me it's 4? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm able to do it in 2. And just, Diane, this grinds my gears even more. And it's truly about money and debt. So many students are checked out their senior year. They're done, but they're still taking on $50,000 of principal a year in debt at an 8% compounded interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask financial institutions, Where is the 8% guarantee rate I can get in a checking or savings account today?
Right.
So why are we burdening our youth with this kind of, basically, this is the paradigm. This is like the benchmark that you have to get a college education. You have to spend a lot of money to do it. I say no. And that is the first money tip I'm going to tell people is you do not take on debt that you do not need to take on.
Mm-hmm. You're so badass. I love it. You say no to that. You know what? That's right. That is a choice. So you don't have to do that. I love that. I love that. Don't take on debt. Wait, how did you say it? I want to say it exactly how you said it.
Don't take on debt that you don't have to. It will be a burden for the rest of your life. And truly, Diane, it's the only kind of debt. At 17 years old, we're asking children to make a decision of where they're going to go to school, how much they're going to spend for it, with no understanding of the fact that their student loan debt will disqualify them from being able to get a mortgage.
Right.
Or put them in a job that they hate, even worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So your book is called The Millennial's Guide to the Universe, right?
That was the first book.
Your first book. Is millennials who you speak to and work with the most? Is that really your core audience and clientele?
So it depends. A lot of my speaking is done to millennials, but many of my clients are actually between 50 and 90, because typically the ones who are thinking about legacy are people who have lived a little bit and who have enough experience to know that they need to put things into place.
Yes. Yes. Okay. What's been your biggest challenge? Obviously, besides the accident, but
when I first started my career, I was a 24-year-old, very blonde, very loud, very opinionated young woman. And I didn't come from a family that said, here's your network and here's your business. And I really had to build it. And I built it in New York. That's where I started my life and career. And New York is not a place that is that easy to really make it. Mm-hmm. And yet, Diane, I learned very quickly that I needed to speak up for myself, appear as I wanted to be seen. Mm-hmm. So I didn't come to the table as a 24-year-old who knows very little about the true practice of law, because how could you, right? Like, you go through law school, but you learn on the job.
Right, right.
But I made the right networking connections, spoke up, and was able to deliver myself into the world to be seen as an expert and a true one to be watched. And that is something I've taken with me, through writing of my books and actually becoming that expert.
Right, right. Okay, can you talk about some of the secrets, things that people need to know about life and legacy planning?
Sure. My first big tip is your mindset, which I know, Diane, you like to talk a lot about. You cannot become wealthy if you say to yourself, I don't have enough money to have a will. Why do I need a will? I don't have enough money to do this, okay? A lot of people also, Diane, weirdly, are still very scared that if they have a will, they're going to die. Right. And I'm here to tell you all that whether you know it or not, you have a will. And it's called the code, the legal code of whatever state you live in, which says exactly who gets what if you haven't otherwise prescribed it.
Oh, wow.
So we all have wills.
Wow, we all have wills. It's dependent on whether it's your own will or it's the state will.
So are you embracing? Sorry, excuse me, Diane. I'm so sorry. Are you embracing your free will?
I love this. I love this, Natalie. Are you embracing your free will? I agree with this, and I do have a living will. I should get some other things in order. I probably should do that again.
We'll talk,
Yeah.
Diane. We'll talk off. And Diane, here's the thing too. The will is such a basic, but to live in trust, really, it's a very spiritual practice I have. And I trust the universe, and I want to know that those who I trust with my legacy, my life's work, are going to be worthy of it. And I want to give them directions. I want them to be able to read on a piece of paper, this is what Natalie believed about her life and what she wants to be remembered for. Now, what's the difference between a will and a trust? A lot of people don't know. Very simple. A will, even if it's your free will, and if you've done it yourself, the judges have authority over that document to make sure it really was what you meant it to be. But they can't ask you because at that point you're dead. So they go through a process called probate, which takes a lot of money and time. And Diane, just as a little gift to all our viewers, I want to gift them with $20,000 right now. And here's how we're going to do it. If you have $1 million in California of assets, so you have a house, it has an $800,000 mortgage, but it's $1 million market value, and you die either with a will or no will at all, but not a trust, that property goes through probate. The lawyers like me can charge you on that $1 million gross estate $23,000 by statute, by the legal code, to take your will through the probate process. Instead, you could save about $20,000 of that, getting a trust in place so that it's you holding the hand. If I could hold your hand right now, Diane, I would. Holding the hand with your beneficiaries, with your children, your charities, whomever you want to benefit, and saying, I trust you. This is our circle of trust, which is not open to discussion by any third party judge or court.
Wow. I know most people don't know that. Most people don't know that. That is huge, huge takeaway. So you need a will and a trust.
Yes.
Like no question about it. That's a non-negotiable. You should have a will and a trust.
It's a non-negotiable.
Okay.
The amount of money, and like Diane, that's the plain vanilla trust. What proper planning can do? Okay. You're a professional, right? Like, how many of our viewers, lawyers, doctors, this and that, they've worked their whole lives for that job.
Right.
But all it takes is one disgruntled client, one disgruntled patient. And the amount of stress to go through knowing your life's work and all the assets you've built, and all of a sudden for it to go rogue because of improper planning is not something I'm okay with. So depending on what we can put into place in our lives, we can literally build a moat around ourselves, our families, and our assets.
Wow. Yes, you are such an advocate for people when it comes to this. I can tell. I mean, there's no secret why you are the success that you are and the lives that you're changing and helping. And I hope the audience is really paying attention to this and asking themselves, gosh, is my will in order? Do I have a trust? You know, especially right now. I mean, every day, of course, is important, but especially right now with everything that's happening on this planet, there's never been a better time to be getting your financial house in order, to be getting these things taken care of, and to empower yourself to do it. You work so hard, you've earned it, you deserve it.
Absolutely, Diane. And if I could give one final tip that I think is the easiest, most overlooked. Your bank account, your brokerage account, your insurance policies. Read them and see who are the beneficiaries listed on this account. Because I'll tell you a little secret. That beneficiary designation that you might have done 20 years ago is going to be the one that rules, even if you have a will or a trust. If the trust hasn't been done it, and if the will says something different, I give everything to Diane. I love you, Diane. I love you. Here's everything. But if on my beneficiary accounts in my bank, I have someone else, Diane, you're getting nothing, even though it's clearly against what I would have wanted. And Diane, people are shocked to know there are tens of billions with the B dollars that go from these financial institutions into unclaimed funds because people do not even know that they exist. And it is very hard for my clients, believe me, even with everything, to get the money out of the institution. So you better make sure you're laced up, because the last thing you want to leave are excuses to your family. We want to leave a legacy.
Yes, that is a fantastic tip. Tons of great tips today. You're amazing, Natalie. I'm so happy that we connected and we're in each other's world, and that I'm able to let the world know about you even deeper.
Thank you.
And so let me ask you one final question I ask all my guests. How do you live the I Have Today way, which is intentionally in the present moment?
Every single moment of this present time is the only thing we have. It is the greatest gift, which is why they call it the present. I give my all each and every day. There is no half doing it. It's all in, full throttle, boss lady, making it happen. And not for me, for my family, for my community, for the world at large, because we need this. And Diane, 9 out of 10 women survive their husbands. So we cannot afford to not learn about this until it's too late.
9 out of 10 women survive their husbands. Wow. That is a powerful statistic. Yeah. Can't keep your head in the sand. You just can't do it. You got to arm yourself. You got to educate yourself. You got to align with people who can support you. And you're one of those, Natalie. Okay. So how can our guests find out more about you?
I am all over the internet. You can Google Natalie Alicia Gold. I am the boss lady extraordinaire, managing attorney of Goldberg LLP. I'm all over social media, and I am always happy to help anyone I can, whether they're super billionaires or don't have very much as far as assets. I cannot allow one child to go to Child Protective Services because mom and dad couldn't afford a will. So no matter what your circumstance, we got you.
I love that. Well, we've got the ticker going right now with Natalie's site, which is Goldberg LLP, GoldbergLLP.com. And then we also have a link in the description area for your book, The Millennial's Guide to the Universe, as well. So if you want to pick up a copy of one of Natalie's books, that's her book. And I want to read it. I can't wait to read it. It's been amazing to have you on the show, and I'm so grateful that our paths crossed and that we're on this journey together, Natalie. And we're going to be talking for sure, because
Diane,
I know my legacy, my work, my financial future needs some modification and needs visiting for sure. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. All right. We'll talk to you soon, Natalie. Thanks. Take care. Bye. Wasn't that great? Oh, so many takeaways. So many takeaways. God, is she remarkable? Age 24 with her own practice and just so resilient, and having a major accident that should have taken her out, that led her down this path to doing the incredible work that she's doing today. So check her out and follow her advice. If you don't have a will and you don't have a trust, I know I don't have a trust, so I'm getting a trust. That's for sure. Definitely what I'm going to do. And don't keep your head in the sand. You got to protect yourselves. You got to protect your assets. You got to protect your family. You got to protect your legacy. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to transfer into the Mentor Me Minute segment of the show. Hey there. Okay, so this is the Mentor Me Minute segment of the show where I take questions from you either live on Facebook on my page, I Have Today with Diane Forster. If you're watching us live and you're either watching us on E360 TV or YouTube, the only place I can see your questions is here on Facebook. So go there and ask me anything you want. You can literally ask me any question you want, whether it's related to today's topic, which is about, securing your financial future, anything that you want to ask about that, or anything else that's going on in your life. And you can also send us questions, which we'll have a ticker for after the segment, that maybe you can't catch the show live, but you still have questions and you need advice and guidance. You can email us, and we'll show that ticker in just a minute. So, all right, let's go with the first question of the day. Oh, why can't I manifest well? Oh, why can't I manifest well? Okay, this is Michael in San Diego. Well, the first thing I'm going to say, Michael, is stop saying that. I don't mean to laugh, but that's why. If you're putting that out there, that you can't manifest well, then you can't manifest well. You're literally giving the direction to the universe. And so, and then what is it specifically that you want to manifest? Is it that you want to manifest wealth? Do you want to manifest love? Do you want to manifest health? Do you want to manifest a career? What is it that you want to manifest? And the reason why you can't manifest well is because your limiting belief is that you can't do it. So it sounds to me what's happening with you is you are intending something like, God, I wish I could have this thing. I'm just going to use money for an example because we're talking about financial future today. So let's just use money as an example. So say your question was, why can't I manifest wealth? And what you're focused on is the lack of it. So the energy is focused on the lack of it. In order for you to manifest well and manifest wealth, is you have got to reposition that. You've got to do a few key things. First is you need to visualize it. You actually need to visualize in your mind and see it in your mind what wealth looks like for you. What is your day-to-day life? What kind of bed are you waking up in? What kind of home are you waking up in? What kind of car are you driving? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of relationship are you in? What kind of community service or give back are you doing? What does wealth look like? In your mind, visualizing that deeply. You've got to get specific like that. You also need to, because you're visualizing that way, then you got to get to the feeling place of it. So feel it. What does that feel like? And if you haven't experienced in your life, this might be a stretch. Getting to that feeling place might be a challenge. So what I'm going to invite you to do is focus on times in your life when you did feel wealthy, when you did feel good. I guarantee you there's 5 to 10 to 20 to 50 to 100 times in your life where you felt wealth or you felt well or whatever the thing is that you really felt good in that moment. And it might be it was your 8th birthday and you got $50 from your aunt and uncle, and that felt like wealthy. That felt good. Focus on times in your life when you felt that feeling, like you were manifesting whatever it is that you want. And again, I'm focusing on wealth. When you felt wealthy, okay? So visualizing it, feeling it, even if you've never felt it before, draw on memories when you actually did feel that way. And then another thing is you've got to create your future. And how to create it is you need to journal it and write it and put it down on paper what it is you want. If you're just saying a generic thing like I just want to be happy, or I just want to manifest well, or I just want to manifest wealth, or I just want to be successful, that is not specific enough. Put that number down. Put those specific things down, journal about it. So for you, I'm going to use an example of, say you want to be, you want to manifest $500,000. $500,000 would change your life. $500,000 would allow you to get out of debt. It would allow you to put a down payment on a place. It would allow you to make some changes in your life and still have a little, invest in some things and allow you some breathing room and latitude. So I'm just throwing that number out because actually that feels like a good number for you. That's the energy I'm getting. So you've got to write, when I'm in possession of $500,000, or since I'm already in possession of, or I am in possession of, and why am I in possession of? What if it were true that I am in possession of? See how all of these are leading into the actual experience of it, because the reason why you're not manifesting it is you don't believe it yet. So what we want to do is you want to start writing it down so that you can start giving your mind the directive of where to go to seek the answers to that, because that's how we manifest. We got to give it the order first. So first I said visualize, then I said feel, then I said write, and now here's the most important thing. You have to act and speak and carry the persona as if this is already happening in your life. You need to become that person first. It's not when then. If you do when then, it's always outside of you. So how do you talk about yourself? Only talk about your wealth. Only talk about your wellness. Only talk about the things that you want from that perspective. And I know I'm going way over a minute. I always do. But I feel like this is so important, this question, because I deal with this a lot with people not knowing how to manifest. They're not manifesting. So how to manifest well, do those 4 key things. All right. And write me back and let me know what transpires for you. Okay. And send us a private message in Facebook. Let me know your address and we will ship you an I Have Today mug. Okay. All right. Next question. How can I get back to being positive? This is from Lana in Santa Barbara. 2 California people today. All right. By the way, blessings to everyone in California, everyone on the planet who's going through so much, but everything that's happening with all the fires, sending love and light. Okay. Okay, Lana. How can I get back to the positive? Again, stop saying that. Stop saying these things. I do a lot of work on language and we're not even consciously aware. I know you want to be positive in your life. I know you want to stop being negative, because that is the opposite of being positive, right? Is I want to stop being negative. If you're thinking about and focusing on and speaking about what's wrong in your life, what's negative in your life, what's not working in your life, you are giving the universe a directive to give you more of it. It just can't help but be that way. I've said it 1,000 times, the universe only knows one word and one emotion, and the word is yes, and the emotion is love. And so you're a receiver and an attractor. And then the boomerang effect is whatever you're putting out there, you are attracting back into your life. So if you're focusing on the negative, you are going to get more. How do you get back to being positive? The first, most simplest way to do it is focus on gratitude. Focus on your being alive. Like our guest Natalie just said today, she was focused on the fact that she was alive. She had that present moment, and then she lived and moved in her life with desire and determination and didn't skip a beat in her life. In fact, she soared. She excelled. Extraordinary, right? It's all in the attitude. So if you can focus on the attitude of gratitude first, that is your best bet towards starting to turn things around. And if you focus on gratitude every day, find 10 things to be grateful for. And then maybe the next day, pick another one, 11. And maybe the next day, pick another one, do 12. And do that. Start adding to your list of gratitude every day. Never said this like this before. So this is what's coming up for you, that you need to find all the things in your life to be grateful for. And you need to add to that list. If you don't like what's happening in your life from a negative standpoint, start with you. Start that you woke up today. Start that you have a heartbeat. Start that there's breath in your lungs. Start with the fact that you have a bed to sleep in. Start with the fact that you have a body that allows you to move in your life. Start with those things and allow that gratitude to expand, and you will start to feel more positive. And then all of a sudden, little miracles are going to start showing up in your life. So I hope that helped you. So Lana, send us a private message in Facebook and we will make sure to get you a copy of my book. I Have Today, Find Your Passion, Purpose, and Smile Finally. And that book will help you on your path to becoming more positive. All right. So if you would like to send us questions and be mentored live here on the show, you can send us your questions at dianeforster.com/mentor me. dianeforster.com/mentor me. All right. I love doing this for you. And I hope you found that valuable. I hope that their questions about manifestation and being positive serves you today. All right. So now it's time to do our mantra meditation. We do this live at the end of the show, and I'm going to just tune in and take in everything that we learned today about financial planning, about wills and trust, about attitude, about desires and outcomes, about learning how to manifest and staying positive, and give you this few minutes to just tune into you, tune out the rest of the world, tap into this because it's going to have a powerful effect on you from a spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional aspect. Okay. All right. So what we do is we want to sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, hands on your lap. You can have your palms facing down if you feel grounded, or you can turn them up to receive more energy. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 breaths and we're going to breathe into the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, and then breathe out to the count of 8 as if you're blowing out birthday candles. So you want to get all that air out of you so that your diaphragm area, your abs, feels like a deflated balloon. Okay. And we're going to do that twice. Ready? Here we go. Breathe in for 4 through your nose. Hold it for 4 and breathe out for 8. Let's do it again. Breathe in for 4. Hold it for 4. And breathe out for 8. You should feel relaxed already. Just listen to the words. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles, big and small, I notice them all. Yes, 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 thank you. I put a smile on my face right now. That feels really good. I have today to know that I am never off my path, and I get this day to do 1% better in my life. I have this day to learn, grow, and expand. I have today to love myself unconditionally. I have today to nurture myself, my spirit, mind, and body. I have today to connect with people who support me in my life, who are leaders in this world and are people who want to help other people. I am surrounded by amazing community, and I ask for the help that I need, whether it's in relation to my mindset, feeling lonely, needing help in my wellness, needing help in my wealth journey, needing help with my mindset, needing help putting the pieces of my life into place that secure the financial freedom and the peace of mind in my life, knowing that I am worthy and deserving, knowing that I move through my life with desire and determination, knowing that there is nothing to fear, and that my thoughts, my feelings, my words, and actions so much. I am so worthy simply because I'm here. There's been no wasted time, and I have today and take this opportunity to live this life to the fullest. I love my life, and I love how supported I am in my life. And I now know that I am on my path. I am never off it, and I am going to live with intention and empowered each and every day. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you can open your eyes. I hope that felt powerful to you. I hope it resonated with you. I hope your heart feels warm and open and expansive, and that your mind feels a little bit lighter and clearer, and that you have this inspiration to move through your day, just as we talk about, inspired, empowered, and feeling worthy and deserving, because you are. You so are. That's it for this week's episode. I want to thank my guest, Natalie Alicia Gold, for being here. I want to thank you for being here, and tune in to us every single week live, Mondays at 11:03 a.m. Pacific time. That's it. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and I wanted to give you one special gift before we go. I hope you found that mantra meditation was helpful to you. And because we talked about money today, I want to invite you for a free gift on my website. It is my money manifestation mantra, and it is free. It is powerful, and you can listen to this money mantra meditation every single day to clear away limiting beliefs about money and empower and have you manifesting more money into your life faster, easier, and better. And you can access that at dianeforster.com money mantra. That's dianeforster.com money mantra. Just go to my website, click it and get it. And in under 5 minutes a day, you're going to start manifesting all that money and wealth. It's my gift to you. I'll see you.